crazy.
But look her up.
Hey guys, your old pal Brian. Say damn it, Jim.
Hey, yeah, right.
We're going to go out and take this thing off one more time. I'm going to put the door cap down.
You can't get away from green, can you?
I'll tell you, the colors I like, because I have old damaged eyes, are red and white, believe it or not. But they sold these in green, and they're actually, we saw a purple version. It's a pretty neat company. They've been kind to me. I have a good heart, and they saw my videos, this company Durafly, and they said, we need to send you an electronic component to test out. And I said, now if it's junk, I'm going to say it. And if it's not, I'm going to say it. And they said, well, I said, what component do you want to send me? Well, there's a thing called an electronic speed control. So you go forward, that's all good. But if you get hung up in the weeds and you don't want to wade out there and get yourself gator bit, it goes backwards. They're the only guys that sell the thing. So I tested it for weeks. It's amazing. Coming out. So when I get out there in them weeds, I got some weeds hung up on my rudder. I do just like we used to do in the boats. I stop it, put it in reverse. That clears my rudder. Well, it did earlier. I hope it did again.
Sounds like it did.
Take it off. That's what consumes energy.
Yeah, but you got to hammer it, no?
Yep, taking off, breaking that.
I like the little wake pattern at least. Look at it.
Yeah, it's neat too, because I take that camera and put it backwards underneath it, and the water drips off of the pontoons like beautiful stars in the sun. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Really like a rainbow streak?
Well, no, they drift like little diamonds.
Okay.
It's amazing. So I get a little help, Jim. There's a $14 item they sell called a gyroscope. So picture in your smartphone when you go to swipe, that's an accelerometer. And if you play video games, which I don't, it also has a gyroscope in your phone. So there's an accelerometer and gyroscope. And these things that the phone companies did entered my hobby, and allows for, when I get up above that tree line, there's a nice little breeze up there, and it knocks my plane around. Well, it's not fun to fly when it's knocking the dog crap out of my plane. Well, that gyroscope and that accelerometer make it a pleasure to fly. It smooths the plane out.
It looks a lot smaller in the air.
Yeah, it sure does. See it knocking around? That's the air coming off of that tree line.
Kind of like a vortex?
Yeah, picture, you can almost see it in your mind if you think of it hydrology wise. The air is coming over the top of those trees. It's coming from the north. And it's rolling over into the airspace here, and it's knocking my wing around. If I turn that gyroscope off, it knocks it around worse. So it's just bumping me very slightly.
You have a perfect, this is the sights we always like to get.
It's by accident. Usually I get that corner sight, number 6, is I like the room.
11 volts. I don't know why.
But it's perfect for flying, for me. So now you know all about modern...
No, I really like it. I heard it yesterday. I'm like, what is that noise?
Modern radio control, and it's not obnoxious, so you're not pissing your neighbors off. That's huge, because places like Great Britain outlawed gasoline engines for these. Australia, they got real strict laws when it comes to being obnoxious.
10.9 volts.
So this one may be, like I said, one of my more loud ones. The Beaver's very quiet. Beaver doesn't have reverse though, and I had to wade out there to the weed line yesterday. Oops.
Where's the specs hit?
Where did I talk to them the other day? I think mostly on Lake Monroe. But as this full moon goes away, they're going to pick up.
10.9 volts.
Uh-oh, time to come home.
You come home out what percentage?
She'll tell me at 10.6, but at 10.9, you start out at 12.6, That quickly goes away when you go to take off to about 12.1. These are total voltages. Now we're getting us both in frame. And then when it gets down to 10.6, it's time to land.
10.8 volts.
I'm at 10.8 right now, and I want to save a little gas in case I have to negotiate these weeds.
10.6, you gotta come in. What happens to the rest of it?
The way lithium polymer works, that's actually a great question, Jim. Lithium polymer, if you discharge it past a certain point, it'll destroy the battery.
Really?
So unlike a car battery that you can run down to 0 volts, which by the way is not good for it, but let's say a deep cycle marine battery, you can run it down to 0 volts, not a problem. You do that to lithium polymer and it'll catch fire. That's how its chemistry is. Speaking of fire.
Polymer is the same thing as they use on power poles.
Repeat that?
Polymer is what they use on power poles to hold the electric wires.
They could.
Burn down the wood.
Oh yeah, they very well could. So what we have here is actually this thing won't allow me to over discharge. It has what is known as a low voltage cutoff,
10.6 volts.
and it'll stop that motor, and
that's good.
and it'll just come down. You'll still have control of the servos to glide it down, but that'll be
Low
the end of that.
battery.
Here, low battery. So let's bring her in. Landing. What's your vector, Victor? See if I can grease a landing, Jim. I haven't been landing very nicely over here.
11 volts.
Oh, that'll do it. I'm going to take that one. Beautiful landing.
Pretty. Well, you know what it reminded me of, what you're doing. Is fishing trips or hunting trips up in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly what it reminds me of.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, when you go on a bear hunt or... Clear.
Throttle hold.
Stops quick.
See ya. This will all be on YouTube and
11.1
in the
volts.
inside of an hour. I got a buddy in Arkansas.